Here we go now. The Mets fairy tale run. There's Sean Manaea. Continued yesterday in Game 3. He's a big out early in the game. He did a tremendous job shutting down on offense. Home run by Alonso. He's got 3 now in the last week. There's a big home run by Winker in the upper deck and right off Aaron Nola. The Mets scored 7 runs. They had a big 6th inning, and they have put now the Phillies on the brink, the 2 seed in the National League Divisional Series. The Dodgers are the 1 seed. Steve and I will double team our pal Tim Kurkjian. He, of course, been here forever. He's a Hall of Famer. And Tim in Kansas City's got the radio call tonight of the Yankees and Royals, which we'll get to in Game 3. All right, Timmy, let's start with the Mets. You know, I love where they are right now. I love all the karma that we see with them, Padres and Detroit. But the Mets are flying. Quintana today. Phillies try to stay alive. Let's go through them first. What's your confidence level in the Metsies? Take it away.
Yeah, it's pretty high right now, fellas. Something might be going on in Queens. I mean, just look at this team this year. They went 9-19 in May. They were terrible. They had 0 chance to make the playoffs. And here they are, 1 win away from going to the NLCS. They won more games this year, 10, that they trailed through 8 innings on any team in the major leagues. And 3 of those games have come in this postseason. That amazing game against the Braves, equally amazing against the Brewers, and now 1 against the Phillies. When these things start happening routinely, you start to wonder, all right, maybe something really, really special is going on here. And then you watch Sean Manaea pitch the way that he did yesterday, having remade himself. I think the Mets are playing with an amazing amount of faith and confidence, and they're a really good team and a really dangerous team right now.
They are really good. They are really dangerous. Manaea was absolutely spectacular yesterday. I was really happy with what I saw about him. We all know that I'm a native New Yorker, a diehard Yankees fan. I root for the Mets against anybody but the Yankees. That's where I stand. But credit where credit is due. Right now, they're looking better than my Yankees as far as I'm concerned. I'll get into that in a little bit after you two talk about this, Tim Kurkjian. I'm going to throw this out to you and Doggy because neither one of y'all brought this up. But let's stay with the Phillies for a second because they can come back from deficits. They got a lot of moxie to them as well, okay? And I don't count them out at all. But I will say this. I want to see Zach Wheeler ask for the ball. He was absolutely spectacular in Game 1. When they lost that game, it wasn't because of him. We saw what he did over those first 7 innings. The season's on the line. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. My thinking is you got to ask for that ball because you got to get this series to a Game 5. That's my thinking. Where are you two guys on that?
Timmy, take it away.
All right. I'm all in favor of guys going on short rest. However, history tells us that starting pitchers who never go on short rest, it rarely works out in the postseason. So if you got to win 2 more games, Zach Wheeler's got to pitch 1 of them. I think they have enough faith in Ranger Suarez to get him to a Game 5 and then have Zach Wheeler, who's the 2nd best pitcher in the National League this year, on full rest. I would do it the way the Phillies are doing it. I wouldn't push them up on short rest because you got to win Game 5 anyway if you win Game 4. So I keep him where he is. And the Padres, by the way, are doing it the opposite. Dylan Cease, who's their best pitcher, is coming back on short rest tonight against the Dodgers. It just shows you again, fellas, everything changes, especially with the pitching in the month of October. It is a fascinating month for baseball.
Real quick, Doggy and Tim, ain't it harder for the Phillies to imagine winning at Citi Field instead of Citibank in Philly? I'm thinking that too. It's going to be tougher to get to a Game 5.
All right, Stephen A., this season has proven us, if nothing else, nothing is certain this year. This has been the most unpredictable baseball season I have ever seen. No prohibitive favorites, no 100-win team since 2014. All 12 teams have got in the playoffs. I really believe we're good enough to get to and maybe even win the World Series. Never seen a season like this. So when we're into predictions, here's what's going to happen. If you've watched the 2024 season, we've been wrong so many times. So let's just throw it out there and see where we go. It has been an amazing baseball season.
As Timmy said, Cease does pitch today on 3 days rest. He pitched game one of that series in L.A. The Dodgers, a bullpen game. They were competitive last night. The Padre bullpen did a great job from the fifth inning on after King came out 2-1. San Diego, Timmy, in that ballpark with all their offense, I'll tell you, they got the best record since the All-Star break. I picked the Padres to win the World Series 2 weeks ago, and I think they're going to win tonight. What's your take on that for a Game 4 in San Diego? Let me hear it.
Yeah, I think the Padres are the best team playing right now. Their starting pitching is really good, and that Dylan Cease slider is unhittable when it's right. Their bullpen is really, really good. They strike out their hitters fewer times than any team in the major leagues, meaning they put the ball in play. And Fernando Tatis has been ridiculous in this postseason. He's got 4 homers, and in this series, he's 6 for 12 with 5 extra base hits and no strikeouts. So, can the Dodgers recover and win this series? Of course they can. Anything is possible. But it is not a good sign that in Game 4, an elimination game, you are using an opener to start. It is a bullpen game. I'm also a little concerned for the Dodgers that Freddie Freeman, that ankle is bothering him. He doesn't look the same. I just think the Padres are the most complete team out there right now, and that crowd really gets them going also.
Fascinating day in the National League. Stevie, how about the Yankees for Timmy? Go ahead.
But how far do I got to comment about the Padres first? I got to comment about Padres first. Tatis has been a monster. 1333 slugging percentage, absurd 1970 OPS. The man has been absolutely spectacular, deserves a lot of credit. His first real postseason, 2020, there was no crowds. 2022, he was suspended. 10 for 18 with 4 home runs, spectacular. Want to give the Padres bullpen credit. Let's get specific with that, Tim. 4 scoreless innings in Game 3, 1 hit, no walk, 6 strikeouts. That's how you win baseball games come playoff time.